Most people think you need free time to tidy up. But honestly, the busier you are, the more you need small habits. I used to wait for the weekend to clean everything at once. And every weekend, I ended up more tired, more frustrated. And within 2 days, the mess was back. The problem wasn't that I didn't clean. It was that I kept waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, the perfect energy, and then felt like I was failing when it never came. So today, I'm sharing 10 tiny habits that take just 1 minute each, but help keep my home clearer and my mind calmer, even on the most chaotic days. I wasn't born organized. These are habits I learned the hard way after countless meltdown corners and feeling like I couldn't keep up. And now life feels way more breathable. And the first one, my fridge no longer looks like a food graveyard thanks to one 60-second habit I do every morning. Let's start with the fridge, because clearing one shelf a day can shift your whole kitchen mood. You know that moment when you open the fridge after a long day and it kind of smells like guilt. There's a soggy bag of lettuce you forgot about, a takeout container from last weekend, a nearly empty jar of jam that no one's touched in months. It's not that you're lazy, you're just tired, busy, and no one put check the fridge on your to-do list. The 1 minute shift. Now, right after I make coffee in the morning, I glance through just one category. Not the whole fridge, just one zone. Monday, veggies. Tuesday, leftovers. Wednesday, condiments. Thursday, drinks. Friday, dairy. If I see anything that's expired, going bad, or just never getting used, it goes. Sometimes I wipe down that shelf with a damp paper towel. It takes less than a minute and my fridge never gets overwhelming anymore. Last Tuesday, I spotted 3 open jars of mustard. I picked one to keep rinsed the other 2 and dropped them in the recycling. It was weirdly satisfying, and now the whole shelf feels calmer. Dinner that night was easier too because I could actually see what we had. It's such a small thing, but it makes you feel like the day already has momentum. No big fridge cleanouts, no spoiled food hiding in the back. Just a quiet habit that gives you back a little control. If you're having one of those, I want to reset, but I have no energy kind of days, this is the place to start. A calm 1 minute habit that keeps things in motion without tearing the kitchen apart. And tomorrow, I'm sharing a few of my favorite ways to clean faster and deeper without needing to move furniture or empty every drawer. If you've ever wanted to tidy without the chaos, you'll want to come back for that. But first, let's look at another place where clutter builds up quietly and one tiny habit can make all the difference. Next is a habit so small it's almost invisible. Never leave a room empty-handed. You ever walk into a room just to drop something off and walk back out with nothing? Maybe it's a cup, a toy, a sock, a receipt. Just one more thing left out of place. It seems small, but it adds up. By the end of the day, your home's full of "I'll get to that later." Make it a rule, never leave a room empty-handed. Every time you move through your house, scan quickly. Is there anything that belongs in the direction you're already heading? If yes, take it with you. No detours, no extra effort. Just align your motion with your mess. When I leave the living room, I'll grab the mug I left earlier and drop it in the sink. Heading to the bedroom, I'll carry that basket of clean socks and drop it off by the closet. It's frictionless. The stuff that normally piles up starts moving without me even stopping my day. This isn't about being productive. It's about teaching your home to stay in motion gently. And the best part, it's invisible. No one notices you did it, but you feel the difference by evening. And speaking of invisible clutter, let's talk about one tiny space that becomes a black hole faster than anything else your entryway. Then we move to the front door and the drop zone that quietly sets the tone for your whole home. There's one place in every home that collects chaos like a magnet, the entryway. It starts with keys, then receipts, then mail, random toys, a sock somehow, maybe a bag of snacks. And suddenly, the first thing you see when you walk in the door is a pile of decisions you haven't made yet. The 1 minute shift. Once a day, usually after dinner, I reset that space. not deep cleaning, just a mini sweep. I toss trash, recycle, paper, return random objects to their homes. If I don't know where something goes, yet it goes into the go-back basket. Takes less than 60 seconds, but it resets the feeling of coming home. Yesterday, my entryway table had 2 grocery receipts, a Pokemon card, an empty hand sanitizer bottle, my kid's sock. I cleared the whole thing in 40 seconds. Now when I walk in, I see a candle and a clean surface. It feels like my space again, not a storage shelf. When your landing zone is clear, your mind lands softer too. You stop bracing every time you walk through the door. It's one of those tiny resets that makes the rest of the night feel lighter. Next, let's tackle one of the most emotionally charged zones of all, the laundry pile. After that comes laundry and a habit that keeps it from ever becoming a mountain. There's something weirdly defeating about the laundry pile. Even if you just finished a load, suddenly it's back. It's like clutter that regenerates. And the worst part? Most of it could have been halfway handled if we just started better. Every evening as I change out of my clothes, I toss them straight into the washing machine. Not a hamper, not a pile in the corner, directly into the drum. If the load's not ready yet, they wait there until tomorrow. It's one motion, one habit, 1 minute that keeps the whole cycle moving. Last night, my son tossed his muddy jeans into the hallway floor. Instead of stepping over them, I handed them right back and said, "Washing machine." 2 minutes later, all 3 of us had dropped in our clothes and the next day's load was basically ready. No buildup, no overwhelm. Laundry doesn't feel like a mountain anymore, because it never gets the chance to pile up. Just like clutter, it loses power when you deal with it while it's still small. And speaking of sneaky buildup, let's head to the drawer that everybody dreads, the junk drawer. Now, let's look at the junk drawer and how one tiny action can redefine it, not just clean it. We all have that drawer. The one full of batteries, some dead pens, some dry receipts, rubber bands, twist ties, mystery keys. And every time we open it, we just grab what we need and pretend not to see the rest. But that quiet clutter, it wears on you. Don't clean the whole drawer. Just remove one useless thing every time you open it. That's it. You're already in there to grab scissors or tape, use the moment. If something's broken, expired, or you can't remember what it's for, let it go. This morning I opened my junk drawer to get a roll of tape. Right next to it was a dried-out glue stick and a takeout menu from a restaurant that closed. Gone in 10 seconds. Tomorrow I'll toss that random bolt I've been ignoring for a year. You're not decluttering. You're redefining the space slowly, calmly, without turning it into a project. And now that we've handled the hidden chaos, let's talk about something more visible, the floor. Moving on to the floor, because the things we step over slowly wear us down. You ever notice how things collect on the floor without you realizing it? You walk past the same tote bag, the same receipts, the same pair of sandals over and over until suddenly the whole space feels off, and you can't explain why. The 1-minute shift. Once a day, usually before dinner, I do a quick floor reset. Just 1 minute. No vacuum. No pressure. I walk through the main areas and pick up anything underfoot. Bags that didn't get put away. Cups left near the sofa. Shoes in the wrong spot. Loose paper mail wrappers. They go back to where they belong, into the trash or into the go-back basket by the door. Today I picked up a reusable shopping bag still sitting by the hallway, 2 receipts from the coffee table, my house slippers left under the dining chair, a tea mug from this morning still by the couch. It didn't feel like cleaning. It felt like giving the room a breath of air. When the floor is clear, your mind follows. This habit takes no effort, but it gives back space you immediately feel. And speaking of clutter that sneaks in, let's talk about the one that piles up fast as paper. From here, let's talk about paper, the clutter that stacks fastest and hides in plain sight. Paper is one of those things that looks harmless, until suddenly it's covering the kitchen counter, the dining table, even the top of the microwave. Receipts, flyers, unopened mail, random notes. None of it urgent, but all of it in the way. Keep a small paper tray or divider in a visible spot. Every time you walk in with mail receipts or any paper in your hand, sort it right then. Use 3 simple categories. Action bills forms anything that needs doing. Reference something you might need later. Recycle everything else. It takes under a minute to sort each handful, but saves you hours of overwhelm later. This morning, I got the mail and sorted it before even taking off my shoes. A utility bill went to the action slot. A bank statement into reference. 3 flyers straight into the recycle bin, done in 45 seconds. The counter stayed clear. Cluttered paper makes your brain feel like it's always behind. This 1-minute habit stops the pile before it exists, so you don't spend your Sunday sorting through stress. Next up, let's reset something you probably use all day long, your sink. Up next is the sink, and how to keep it from stalling your whole kitchen. A cluttered sink doesn't just look messy, it stalls your whole kitchen. You go to wash a spoon, but the sink is full. You want to prep lunch, but the cutting board's still dirty. Suddenly, one pile of dishes is running your day. Don't wait until the end of the night to deal with the sink. Throughout the day, keep it moving. Here's how. While cooking, drop used items straight into warm, soapy water. While waiting for water to boil, rinse or wash 1 or 2 things. After eating, bring your dishes in right away. Don't leave them on the table. At night, run the dishwasher even if it's not totally full. These micro moves take seconds, but they prevent the dreaded dinnertime pileup. While my tea steeped this morning, I rinsed the cutting board from breakfast and put away the clean mug I used yesterday. That 40 seconds meant I started lunch prep with a clear space, no backtracking. When the sink is in motion, the kitchen stays open and so does your head. It's not about perfection. It's about removing the friction that slows you down. And next, let's talk about something even easier than washing dishes, what you do when you throw things away. Let's not forget the quiet power of letting go even one small item every time you toss something out. I've started doing this small thing, and it's almost silly how effective it is. Whenever I throw something away, like a napkin, a receipt, whatever, I take one quick look around and ask myself, is there one more thing I can let go of? That's it. No pressure, just a casual glance. Like this morning, I was tossing out a used paper towel and I spotted an old tube of lip balm at the back of the drawer. I hadn't touched it in months. Into the trash it went. Later in the day, while tidying up the kitchen, I threw out a couple of soy sauce packets and a bent plastic fork. All in all, it probably added up to 30 seconds. But weirdly, it felt freeing. It's not about organizing. It's just about letting things leave your space before they become clutter. And over time, those tiny goodbyes, they add up to a house that feels a lot lighter without ever sitting down to declutter. Next, I'll show you the 1-minute habit that makes leaving the house and coming home so much easier. Coming next is your bag, and why resetting it each evening clears more than just clutter. I used to carry around the same bag for days, half-full water bottle, crumpled receipts, a snack wrapper, sometimes even a pair of earrings I meant to put away. And then I'd wonder why I felt mentally foggy the next morning. Turns out starting the day with a cluttered bag feels like starting with a cluttered mind. So now I have this little routine I do most evenings, usually right before bed or while waiting for the kettle to boil. I take 1 minute to reset my bag. Pull out anything I don't need tomorrow. Toss the trash. Put pens back where they belong. Repack anything I'll actually use the next day: wallet, keys, lip balm. Maybe a snack that isn't crushed. It's simple, but it's changed how I walk out the door in the morning. Lighter, clearer, and not feeling like I'm carrying yesterday with me. It's just one small reset. But like so many things in the home, it's not really about the stuff. It's about giving yourself a fresh start. Next, let's talk about the habit that keeps my evenings calmer and my sink almost always empty by morning. Tip 11 is simple but powerful: run the dishwasher even when it's not full and wake up to calm. There was a time I used to wait. I'd think it's not full yet. I'll run it tomorrow. Then tomorrow came and the sink was already full again, plus breakfast dishes, plus coffee mugs. And just like that, everything felt like too much. Now I run the dishwasher every night. Even if it's only 3/4 full, even if someone might use one more bowl later. I just started. Because what I've learned is an empty dishwasher in the morning means dirty dishes have somewhere to go all day. There's no pileup, there's no delay. The system stays in motion, and so do I. It takes less than a minute to press the button, but it gives me a cleaner kitchen and a calmer start to the next day. Some nights I'm tired, some nights I forget, but when I do it, I feel it immediately. It's a quiet act of support for tomorrow me. And since we're talking about calm evenings, let me show you the quick habit I pair with brushing my teeth and why my bathroom rarely needs deep cleaning anymore. Right after that, we reset the bathroom with a wipe that takes 20 seconds and leaves it looking clean all week. For the longest time, I thought cleaning the bathroom had to be this whole event. Scrub brushes, gloves, sprays, time blocked off on a Saturday. But honestly, the part that made it feel dirty every day was the sink. Toothpaste spots, water stains, hair. It builds up fast, and it's the first thing you see when you walk in. Now I do this one small thing. After I brush my teeth or wash my face, I grab a washcloth or a square of toilet paper, and I just wipe the sink. That's it. No cleaner, no schedule, just a 20-second swipe. And somehow that one motion makes the whole bathroom feel fresher, like it's taken care of. I don't even think about it anymore. It's just part of the rhythm. And the bonus. When I do deep clean, it's already halfway done. Next up, how I turned my go-back basket into the secret weapon for things that don't belong but don't have a home yet either. Then there's the go-back basket, a pause button that keeps things from spiraling all over the house. There are always things that end up in the wrong place. A book that belongs in the bedroom, a pair of scissors from the kitchen, a random charger you found under the couch. Before, I used to stop whatever I was doing and run it back right away. But halfway there, I'd see something else out of place, and before I knew it, I was reorganizing the hall closet at 9 p.m. Now, I don't chase the clutter. I collect it. I keep a small basket near the living room, just a basic open bin. Whenever I find something that's out of place, I drop it in there. Then, once a day, usually in the evening, I do a quick delivery round walk through the house and put everything back. It keeps the house from feeling scattered, and it lets me stay focused on what I was doing without ignoring the mess. It's a pause, not a postponement, and it's made my home feel more together, even when it's in motion. And while we're talking about baskets, wait till you see how I use one for decluttering on autopilot. Next is a game changer for letting go a donation bin in plain sight, ready whenever you are. For years, I used to pile up things I didn't want anymore in random places. A shirt that didn't fit right, tossed on the closet floor. A candle I didn't love, moved to the back of a drawer. An extra mug, left sitting on the counter for weeks. It's not that I didn't want to let go, I just didn't have a system for where to put it. Now, I keep one donation bin, just a basic box or reusable bag in a visible, easy-to-reach spot. Mine's tucked next to the laundry hamper. So when I try on something and it doesn't feel right, it goes straight in. No second guessing, no leaving it just in case. Just a clear, quiet exit path for the things that no longer serve me. And once a week, usually on trash day, I take it to the donation center or drop-off bin. That little system has made letting go easier and honestly kind of satisfying. Because every time I drop something in the bin, I feel a little lighter. Coming up next, how I use waiting time, like at the stove or in the car, to get rid of tiny clutter without adding anything to my schedule. Don't miss the easiest shift of all. Use your waiting time at the stove and the car to clear tiny clutter. There are these little pockets of time that show up during the day, waiting for water to boil, waiting for a file to download, sitting in the car for a few extra minutes. I used to scroll, or just zone out. But lately, I've been using those slivers of time to clear the clutter I usually ignore. Like when I'm pumping gas, I'll take a minute to empty out trash from the car door. Old receipts, straw wrappers, that takeout napkin stash gone. When I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, I'll glance through one kitchen drawer. Toss the broken clip, the extra soy sauce packets, the mystery plastic lid with no container. It's not about doing more, it's just using the time that was already there. And the best part? It makes me feel like I'm getting ahead without ever adding something new to my list. Next, let's talk about one tiny shift that keeps me from bringing clutter in before it ever enters my house. Coming up is the pause that protects your space, the one question to ask before bringing anything new home. For a long time, I used to buy things on impulse. A cute basket, another water bottle. That one kitchen tool Instagram swore would change my life. But here's what would happen. I'd bring it home and have no idea where it should go. It would sit on the counter or stay in the bag or worse, get shoved into a drawer I'd already given up on. So now I ask myself one question before I buy anything. Where will this live in my house? If I can't answer that in under 5 seconds, I don't buy it. And if I really want it, I decide what I'm willing to let go of to make space. It's simple. But this one tiny pause has saved me money, space, and stress. Because clutter isn't just about what's already in your home, it's about what you keep letting in without a plan. Let's keep going with the habit that made decluttering feel doable again. Breaking every space into small, finishable zones. Decluttering used to feel like a giant project. I'll clean the whole kitchen, I'd say, and then spend an hour overwhelmed by cabinets I didn't even care about. Now I do it differently. I break every room into small zones. The tea shelf, the junk drawer, the bin under the bathroom sink, the top shelf of the fridge. I made a list on my phone. And every day I just choose one. Like last Tuesday, I tackled the basket where I keep hot sauces and spices. It had 3 nearly empty bottles and one I hadn't touched in a year. I tossed what was expired, wiped the bottom of the bin, and done. Took me 2 songs and a deep breath. It's not about finishing the whole space, it's about feeling finished with something. Next, I'll share how I stopped being the only person who knows where things go. After that comes the fix for being the only one who knows where stuff belongs. Label the things you're tired of picking up. There's always that one thing that gets left out, right, chargers? Tape. That one type of lid that never ends up in the drawer. For me, it was the batteries. Everyone used them. No one put them back. So I grabbed a sticky note, wrote "batteries live here," and stuck it on the bin. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't cute. But it worked. Later, I did the same for cords, bag clips, and stamps. Suddenly, I wasn't the only one cleaning up. Anymore, the space was speaking for itself. Labeling doesn't need to be a whole system. Sometimes it's just a way of saying, let's stop guessing where this goes. Now let's talk about one shift that helps you stay ahead of clutter by catching it before it sets down roots. Almost done, and this one's powerful if you know where it goes. Put it back now, not later. I used to tell myself, I'll just put this away later. But then later turned into tomorrow, and tomorrow turned into a pile on the chair. So now I've made a rule. If something's in my hand and I know where it belongs, I put it back now. The other night I came home, kicked off my shoes, and started to walk away. I caught myself mid-step, picked them up, and dropped them by the shoe rack. 10 seconds. It's a micro decision, but it saves you from the visual clutter that wears you down day after day. And finally, let one thing go, just one. Because sometimes peace starts with a single decision to release what no longer fits. You know, that drawer or shelf that just keeps collecting maybe later stuff, the things you don't love but don't hate enough to get rid of. For me, it was a scarf. Beautiful color, never wore it. Moved it from place to place for over a year. One day I looked at it and said, "You're not bringing me anything. You're free to go." So now every few days, usually while I'm tidying up, I look for one item that no longer fits my life. Not a whole decluttering session, just one silent decision. You can leave now. Last week it was a chipped bowl I kept just in case. 2 days ago it was a notebook I never opened. Yesterday an old frame I didn't even like anymore. Letting go of one thing at a time intentionally has helped me build a home that feels like it's actually mine, and not just a place where things come to stay forever. You don't need a new organizing system. You don't need to declutter your whole house in one weekend. You just need one habit, one shift that makes your day feel a little easier. Maybe it's tossing one extra thing while you're already taking out the trash. Maybe it's wiping down the bathroom sink while your toothbrush does its job. Maybe it's running the dishwasher at night, even when it's not full, just so tomorrow feels lighter. Whatever it is, let it be small. Let it fit your life. And let it be something that feels kind, not punishing. Because keeping a home isn't about doing more. It's about doing things in a way that gives you peace, even when life is messy. So tell me in the comments, which one of these habits feels like something you could try today? And if you're ready for more, tomorrow's video is all about how to reset your space fast without emptying every drawer or moving all your stuff around. It's decluttering that fits real life, and it might just be the breath of fresh air your home needs. I'll see you there.